Hello and good evening, ladies and gents. Thanks for everyone joining us tonight. A day earlier than usual due to the midweek games this week. We've got the mighty Leeds going away to Man City tomorrow. I think them scum bastards are playing someone as well. So, Tuesday's off limits this week. So we thought we'd do it a day early. Obviously, I'm here hosting as always. And tonight I'm joined by only two of the boys. So I've got Kyle and Matty joining us tonight. Welcome, guys. How's things?
Good, mate.
Terence and KJ, all good.
Greg is preoccupied, so he's not with us tonight, but that just means we don't have to talk about Liverpool. So,
Pussy-hole.
Every cloud.
Excellent. Next.
Yeah, swiftly moving on. We'll get straight into it. What we're gonna do tonight. We're gonna break down the games that involved our teams, which we'll scoot over the Liverpool one. Just mentioned the score and that. Not really that fucking bothered, to be honest, about that. Boring anyway. We'll do our games. Then we will go over baller of the week, donkey of the week, catch up on predictions, and then make our predictions for the midweek games tomorrow and Wednesday and the weekend. Let's get straight into it. First game that went by was your boys, Matty. Look, I think there was three of us actually. It was all 3 p.m. kickoffs, but we'll just do it in alphabetical order. So we go with Arsenal first. So Arsenal 3, Southampton 0. And the first thing I want to mention before you get into the game is your skipper. So Aubameyang, what is the crack there? So I see he got a disciplinary action for pissing off to Barcelona to get a tattoo. That's a bit fucking strange, and surely he's got the money to fly someone in if need be.
But
if you really want a tattoo,
we've had this conversation about him before. Obviously, every football club's got rules. Why does he A, think he's above the rules, and B, it's not the first time he's broke the rules? And he doesn't set an example to the younger players, and we've got a very young squad. And I think personally, I don't think Arteta went a bundle on him anyway, despite what he might come out and say in the media. And I think his Arsenal career is over. If I'm being brutally honest,
I don't think he gives a fuck anyway. I think to do what he's done the night before the game is just unless something happened before that. I mean, did he?
Yeah, I mean, I do reckon there's more to it, Kyle. To be honest, but again, I go back to what Terry was saying in a previous show. There's no way they've willingly given him the captaincy. He said when he signed that contract, I want this, I want this, I want this. And if you don't give me this, then I'm going to jog. He's never been a captain. Have you ever seen him grab one of his players and give him the bit of the finger? Not interested. He doesn't care. Please get him off the screen immediately. But no, it's fair to say I'm not happy with that whole situation at all. But this has highlighted the fact that he shouldn't be captain A, and we can win games without. We actually look a better side without him.
Agreed.
Lacazette.
When I was coming up, the whole industry was supporting me.
Apologies for that. It was an advert.
It just highlighted that we can win games without him. Okay, Southampton aren't going to be our most difficult opponents in the league, but you saw the way we knocked the ball about in that game. We could have scored 6 or 7, to be honest. But again, it's a typical Arsenal performance. We can smash a team at home. We go and play Everton, who are absolutely rubbish, to be honest, and we just crumble. So we've got to pick up the away form. It's all well and good beating teams at the Emirates, but the home form and the away form, or the desire, is not matching for me. It's pretty much, that's okay, that's acceptable to lose that game. We'll go and win at home 3 or 4-0, and that will shut everyone up for a bit. It's very indifferent the way Arsenal are playing football at the minute. I can't quite put my finger on why, but I think he's a bad egg, Aubameyang, to be honest.
Does seem that way.
I don't see him as a captain at all. I don't look at him and think you are the captain of this football team. I've never thought that, even when he's ever since he's been captain, to be honest. But the guy's got a lot of ability, but his confidence is on the floor at the minute, and I personally just don't think he fits into Arteta's plans. Loads of rumours flying about that we're already looking for another striker, but we're going to need another 2 strikers when his mate Lacazette jogs on as well, because he's signed a new contract.
for one, I'm pleased because I hope it means that he doesn't play against us in a couple of weeks' time because we seem to be the only team he turns up against at the moment.
That'd be his confidence back. Yeah, that'd be his little boost where he gets it all back.
Possibly, but I mean, yeah, him aside, going on to the actual game, first 20 minutes, according to the Soccer Saturday panel, we really rode our luck. Apparently, they could have scored a couple of goals. They got in. Ramsdale just, again, we might have won 3-0, but he made some really good saves in the game. He's so important. So important. Who would have thought a signing that a lot of people rubbished, and I didn't know enough about him myself to really slaughter it, but there was a reason they paid 24 million. They weren't paying 24 million to, or whatever it was, 30 million to have him on a bench.
Yeah.
And they basically replaced Leno straight away with him. So they knew what they were doing. But if you look at the first goal, I don't want to wax lyrical about it too much if you've seen it, but I mean that's the brand of football Arteta wants to play. Yeah, you're not going to play. You're not going to score goals like that against the Man Cities and the Chelseas and the Liverpool of this world. But from back to front, it was absolutely amazing. But no, it was very good. Great finish by Lacazette. We scored some good goals in the game, and like I said, we hit the woodwork a couple of times.
I think you look a far better team when Lacazette is your main man.
I agree, and I'm worried about what happens moving forward with a striker situation. Ideally, I'd like to see him given another year. Maybe not to be the main man.
350 grand a week in captaincy, Lacazette stays.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's probably not a bad point you make, Carl. I mean, I don't think he's dreaming if he thinks he's getting that sort of wedge, but I agree with Terry. Like when he comes in, he looks like he fights for the ball. He's always willing and ready to play. That's what I like about him. He's not a sulker. He looks like he gets on. He looks like he just gets on with his job. And overall, I like him. I'd be upset if he left now. I think he's definitely worth another year, but I think they've hit a stalemate with it, and it doesn't seem to be moving any further forward. But with the whole Aubameyang situation, I'm really intrigued to see how this plays out. I don't think he'll go in January. That might be, but things in football happen very fast. If he gets pissed off and another club come in for him, and Arsenal think like, fuck it, we might as well sell him, I don't think he's beyond being sold at all.
The problem is he's not going to get the wage that he's on elsewhere.
Oh hell no! And he's only is he a year into that deal or 2 years?
Yeah.
I don't even know, to be honest.
And who's going to pay decent money for him?
How old?
I think Newcastle would be. They would throw money at him, no, probably.
Yeah, but he would love that, wouldn't he? Because then he could get his. Then he could, with the money that they'll pay him, he could get the windows tinted on his.
And he'd be the main man still.
He'd be say that he ain't getting ahead of Wilson, mate.
I think Wilson.
I personally would not, because he don't work as hard as Wilson.
No, he doesn't.
He's not as good as Wilson.
No, I don't. In fairness, I think
he's a better. Aubameyang is, but he's not that now.
Yeah, okay. Well, if you look at it in this context, if you put Wilson in an Arsenal side, would he score as many goals?
He'd score more.
He'd score a hell of a lot more.
I think a fit Callum Wilson is a very good Premier League player.
Yeah, but he was very good when he was at Bournemouth. He was very good when he was at Bournemouth.
It's just keeping fit. You're right.
That's it. His fitness is terrible.
He's a big deal. It's imperative that he stays fit for Newcastle for them to have any sort of chance of staying.
Let's not forget, before his injury troubles, mate, he was an England player.
No, Aubameyang, he wouldn't get in the lead side, would he? You're right, Ben. He wouldn't get nowhere near it. I don't even think he wouldn't even make. Aubameyang wouldn't even make the 16 at fucking Leeds.
I just think his general attitude.
Too old for us, anyway. You've got to be 19 to play with Leeds.
Yeah, and made one appearance for Wigan prior to
or still doing your GCSEs. Yeah, one or
two.
No, you can't be old enough for GCSEs.
Yeah, going back to him, the situation with him is worrying because you wonder how it's affecting the rest of the team. But the rest of the team look like they're ready to crack on and do their job. But I just think long term, the longer he's there and not getting a game, I don't know. It's a funny one. Another
name I want to throw at you off the back of this game, Matty. One you've sort of weren't too keen on originally. We all sort of judged the signing of the permanent signing.
I know you're going to talk about
Martin Ødegaard. He's now gone three games, 3 great performances, 3 goals.
And if in that other game that we had at the Emirates, when Aubameyang nicked his goal when he was offside, he would have scored again. So that was another goal. But yeah, he seems to be easing into it. Whether he's the long-term solution, I don't know. I would say
he's a good player, though.
Yeah, I don't know what it is with him. I don't look at him and think worldy.
No.
But he's popping up in the right places at the right time, and he's getting his goal per game, which can only bode well for him. And he has to stay in the team while he's scoring. But yeah, he's starting to notch a few goals, and that's encouraging. I want to see how he gets on between now and the rest of the season. But yeah, encouraging signs for sure.
Because that position's all about numbers, mate. It's all about goals and assists.
You can't play in that position and not be notching double figures by the end of the campaign if you're playing week in, week out.
But I do get what you mean. For me, I'm not an Arsenal fan, but when I look at Odegaard, I think good player, technically good. He's scoring goals, brilliant, but he doesn't strike with that confidence that he's going to keep doing that on a consistent basis.
Yeah, does he have that to carry? But then again, if you look at
Smith Rowe last season,
but if you look at his career history to date, Kyle, he's never really settled anywhere. And when he was at Sociedad, he started playing really well when they had him on loan. It looks like a similar pattern is occurring at Arsenal. You give him his 90 minutes and you give him his game time. Overall, it looks like it could be worth it. I did question it at the time. I didn't really think he did enough to warrant being signed on a full-time basis after having him last season. The emergence of Smith Rowe in that sense didn't really help him, I don't think. But again, you can't rely on Smith Rowe every other week. You know, he hasn't played the last couple of games. And yeah, I mean, I'm just still really disappointed with the Everton game. The more I look at it, thinking Everton's just getting beat by everyone. And we not get a point there is criminal, to be honest. I mean, Damari Gray's pulled out an absolute banger. I mean, no keeper saves that, but I've got to stop moaning about that because it's been there, done that.
That's gone, mate.
On to the next week now. But yeah, a good win. Good confidence builder for the next game. And we've got West Ham on Wednesday, which is
100%, Ben.
A very interesting game for different reasons. I mean, they dropped points at the weekend and they're starting not to look, I wouldn't say the word invincible, but there was a sort of air of confidence about West Ham. And I'm looking at the game, I'm not thinking that we can't beat them.
Nah.
Especially at home. I mean, the home advantage for us is huge. You know, we generally tend to turn up more at the Emirates more often than not, apart from last season. But yeah, I'm confident we can beat them in the week.
I think that'd be a tight game, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, it will be very close, but I think if we can edge that and get a result against a side that are in the top six, which is something that we've been lacking hugely, then it definitely bodes well moving on to the next game. So yeah, can't say I'm not happy with what happened. But yeah, we'll play tougher teams than Southampton for sure. But yeah, glad to get a win, to be honest, especially after the Everton debacle.
Fair play, mate. Yeah, another good 3 points, really.
Pleased with that.
Well, let's move on anyway. Look, there was 2 other 3 p.m. games. Chelsea Leeds was another one, which I'll come on to. Just want to mention the other one was Liverpool Villa. Greg's not on tonight, so I'm not even won't even bother talking about it, boys. Salah died.
Can I just say one thing about that game before we swiftly move on to KJ?
Go on.
You would never have noticed it in live time. I'd just see the match of the day analyst point it out. Wasn't it so very clever how Salah put his left leg in front of Mings?
Yeah,
but that is all you've got to do now. This is exactly the same thing. United Chelsea the other week when Thiago Silva won the penalty.
Yeah.
You've not even got to be going for the ball. Just get your leg in the way.
Yeah, because obviously he's predominantly left-footed. He's dribbling with the ball, and the way he's left his leg dangling there has gone. Go on, Tyrone, foul me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And he's gone over, and you have to say, I thought it was a very, very harsh penalty. I've seen them waved off,
but they get given nowadays.
But he got it. Martinez was doing his usual shithousery, pointing the way he's going to go. I mean, it was he scored 15 out of 15 pens. For me, he's the best player in the world at the minute.
He is.
Undoubtedly the best player in the world. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that up.
Fair. Look, we will talk about a similar situation because there was a couple in the Leeds game.
Your game had more controversy than anything I've ever seen.
And
unbelievable.
I wonder. Look, we'll talk, John. We'll come on.
Good point made there by Bandy. Mings didn't complain because he caught him, but I think it was very clever what Salah did. Very.
We'll come on to the Chelsea Leeds game now. So that was Chelsea 3, Leeds United 2. And look, I will talk about referee decisions,
mate, to be
VAR, penalties, the rules and that in a sec. But we'll just scoot through it first. First things first is I put a tweet out before. I went all Jamie Carragher there, didn't I? I put a tweet out before.
Fresh Prince and Jamie Carragher, wasn't it? That one?
Which basically said, looking at like statistically, a point a game is going to keep you up in the Premier League. It's all you need is a point a game.
Sounds easy when you say it like that, doesn't it?
Well, it's true though.
Well, 100% it's true. Yeah.
And the thing I was worried about going into this run of games that we've got is we'd get a bit of a hiding from Chelsea, maybe City, possibly Liverpool again next week. And people will jump on it and be panic stations. Fuck. We're down. We're going to go down, blah, blah, blah. Them games, forget them. We need to target our home games over our next 6 games. If we get 6 points out of our next 6 games, and 2 of them are home games against Villa and Burnley.
Hate Burnley.
That's all we need. So I was going into this game just thinking, look, I'm expecting a bit of a hiding with depleted squad. Just see what happens. Try and fucking ride it out for as long as we can. 10, 15 minutes in, get that fucking Frank Lampard shagging rat off the screen. 10, 15 minutes into the game, I see us set up completely different to how we normally do. And I liked it. We was a lot more compact. We were pressing, but we were pressing in specific areas and not just all fucking going for it and leaving gaps all over the place.
Yes, Rusty.
Chelsea really struggled to deal with it. Over the course of the game, there was very few opportunities that they actually carved out.
I think your fitness and the way you press and the way you play football would definitely have a lot to do with that. They've got a lot of older players playing in certain positions, and I think that would have definitely hurt them for sure.
Oh, no doubt about it. And look, at the end of the day, we've gone and lost the game, which was expected. But by the time the final whistle came, it hurt. Because
of course it did. Because really, you should have got a draw in the end, shouldn't you? Really,
at least like a draw is a fair result in that game. That would have been a proper fair result, the 2-2. And the fact that you get an equaliser so late, it was a dagger to the heart, mate. It was proper heartbreaking.
That was his nous to be in the position he was in to put that in was clever. Like you can tell he's got ability. This kid, he just
Joffrey, look,
needs games.
He's a sensational young talent, mate. I've been singing his
praises.
Sounds
like he was a cricketer about 15 years ago.
I've been singing his praises and wanted him involved all season, and I've got to admire the fact Bielsa's just easing him in, and he's not just going all the pressure on your shoulders, son, straight away. But you see it there. Look, he's come on away to the European champions in a game you're losing, and with his first touch, he's scored a goal. The movement, he's dragged one of the best defenders over the course of the last 5 to 10 years, Thiago Silva. He's dragged him all over the place. And he just couldn't live with the movement. And that's
for Thiago Silva having to deal with someone like that who's hungry, young, quick, that must be his worst nightmare. That literally 100%. Must be his worst nightmare.
And what I love about it is he only played 10 minutes of the game, Joffrey, and I think I saw something like he only had 4 touches. One was a goal, and one was a key pass which put Rafinha clean through, which he made a good
cool
save.
Was his penalty, by the way? Fuck me,
mate. The guy's a legend, and he's pulled the dance out of the bag again, right in front of Chelsea fans, letting them.
Sounds like Kyle on a night out. Pulled the dance out again.
I love the boy.
That'll be you Saturday, won't it, Kyle?
Hopefully, mate. Hopefully.
The thing I do want to. I was proud of the boys. I thought they performed superbly well. There's a lot of positives to take out of it. Junior Firpo, as much as I slated him over the last month.
Oh, he's your new favourite now, isn't he?
Hey, he was absolutely brilliant.
This geezer's just not making any sense, is he? No. 1 week he's absolutely Donald Duck, and next week he's fucking worldy.
He looked sensational, and I was like, fucking hell, this is the guy we signed. Like, he'll do for me. So as long as he keeps at him, and I love at the end he's giving it out and all, and he's fucking dishing out headbutts left, right, and centre. I've got a lot of
walked away like a little pussy hole. While his mates carried on fighting. Not my
because he knew if he went anywhere near Rudiger, he'd have been rolling around in Rose Head, the fella. Fucking hell.
What has he come and run over and got involved for? He loves it, the fella. The fact of the matter is, if none of these people notice that they can't beat each other up, otherwise they're getting banned for.
Well, that's why Firpost just walked off. Is that
what's the point? You can't do anything. You can't do anything, can you? It's all just handbags, isn't it?
The main talking point is obviously the refereeing decisions throughout the course of the game. Like, there's a couple that I want to touch on. Obviously, look, we've dished out 3 mistakes which have led to Chelsea's goals.
But that's got to be the more disappointing thing for you. You're not. 100%. It's not like you're getting outplayed, and if someone scores a worldie, you can hold your hands up and go fair play. If you're losing a game 3-2 and you've made 3 mistakes, you've got to have a look at what's going on.
And look, the first penalty decision on Rudiger, they were both Rudiger, but Rafinha sliding in. What's so frustrating about this is they've got this whole thing now of back the referee, back his decision, unless it's a clear and obvious error. There's no way in a million years that's a clear and obvious error. No. Rafinha's idiotic for sliding in as he did because there was no need. This fucking Rudiger on the byline, what's he realistically going to do? Like, just stand him up.
I do make you right there. There's a difference between sliding in and you might get some of the ball, and because you can't just give it because it looks rash and he's sliding in the box.
Yeah. And this is my problem with this decision was if that was anywhere else on the pitch, it's not a free kick.
Not a free kick.
And they wouldn't look twice at it. Why? Because it's in the box and because Rudiger's rolling around and then screaming in the referee's face, is it all of a sudden, he did catch him a little bit after he got the ball. You better have a look at it.
But if he got the ball first, then it doesn't matter.
Exactly. And the whole annoyance about where the game's going at the moment with the route VAR's gone is it seems now that if there's any contact on the player,
it's a penalty, isn't it?
It's a penalty, regardless of if you've got the ball first, regardless of if it's hard contact, regardless of if it's just a glancing. If anyone feels a touch, they know. Go down.
Yeah, exactly.
While we're on the subject of penalties and VAR, that Wolves one was a disgrace.
Yeah.
How the fuck was that a penalty? It's hit him under here.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Honestly, Carl, when you get a minute, have a look at it. It's a joke. It was never a penalty.
The other thing I want to get onto, because I'll mention the next one, which was the last minute, Mateus Click on Rudiger.
That was just a bit stupid, really.
Yeah, it was. And Click's got a bit of stick online, which was unwarranted how some people have attacked the man, and he's ended up coming off of Twitter because of it, which is completely wrong. People need to they've got short memories, realise what this guy's done.
But really, if you support a club, even if you dislike a player, I wouldn't at them on social media. I don't think I've ever done that in my life.
No.
If you want to say stuff,
I might have said stuff about the player.
Exactly.
But I've not atted them to, you know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing. Look, we come on here and say stuff. We're not fucking getting them on and having a dig at them. Do you know what I mean?
It's just our opinion.
It's fine saying things. And I was well pissed off with Click because I thought it was silly to put yourself in that position, knowing that they're so eager to make a decision there. There was all the referees like in a position like that, and this is what I want to go on to. There most definitely is a top 4 bias. Possibly a top 6.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. The big club are going to be favoured, unfortunately, in that. It's always been that way, hasn't it?
Mate, the referee's running around with a whistle in his mouth as soon as they get near a box.
Yeah.
Like towards the last 10 minutes. It's like, really? He's so eager to fucking give a decision there. Yeah. And then all them Chelsea players are so eager to hit the deck. That Rudiger is one of the biggest, hardest blokes I've seen on a football pitch.
Yeah, he's a lump, isn't he?
You have to look at the fucker and he's rolling around.
But it's because it's been made so easy for them to do it. Yeah. They feel a contact, they go down, they know they're going to...
And that's the problem with that decision was he's standing back to Click. The ball's come in and he's gone to just knock it back. And Click's basically done the same action and gone with his foot and just touched his foot on the back.
Yeah.
We've all played football. There's no way in a million years that is putting him on his arse.
No. Not a bloke of that strength and that size. No.
And there's no way in a million years that's even affecting balance or the motion of kicking the ball.
See, Bandy's.
They know.
I think we'd all do the same. I think but that's what I'm saying. It's wrong. But how you want to look at it?
But they're making a rod for their own back now because
exactly. No, you're right. And that's that. Yeah, exactly.
Because if you're a Premier League player going into tomorrow's games and you in the box,
you're in the and the players watch analysis and footage every day.
Of course,
their managers will be telling them, look, say it's Antonio against Arsenal tomorrow. You know, Mikel, when you're in the box, have a look, see what's going on. They'll never admit it on camera, but they're encouraged to go down, in my opinion. VAR has hindered football more than it's helped.
Didn't hard enough. No, but this is what I'm saying. Again, back to them penalties we were talking about. When people are just putting their leg in the way just so someone hits them. It's bad.
If anything, that's a foul the other way. Because you're kicking him.
Yeah.
Well, you're kicking him. Just because you're putting yourself in, you're initiating the contact. You're making that a foul.
Let's just put it this way. This isn't going to be the first and last time we're going to be talking about VAR and penalties between. It's going to be a topic of discussion most weeks.
I actually thought it got better at the beginning of the season, but it's just it's all.
I mean, if you're Leeds, you must feel sickened by that.
Look, you're already onto a loser. You're playing a team that have spent £1 billion on their team.
Oh yeah,
they've got a player
more money than anyone.
They've got a sub goalkeeper on their bench worth 75 million. They've got a sub striker worth 100 million. They've got multiple midfielders over 60 million in Pulisic and Ziyech and players like that.
They're playing 40 to 60 million for a player to be on the bench these days.
We're having to rely on fucking teenagers and half-injured players to make it. And then you've got all of the decisions against you as well. And all of them it makes it so fucking hard to get by. Like, it's ridiculous.
But that's what you've got. That's the positives you've just got to take from that game. Like you said, your season ain't going to be defined over losing 3-2 to Chelsea.
Also, you've got to take the positives of the fact that you took a Premier League title contender to the absolute
European champions.
Yeah. They don't look as good at the moment.
Not a fully fit squad. So, but someone else mentioned in the comments there a minute ago, unfortunately, you can't keep talking about what ifs with Leeds.
Yeah. No, it's
you're
true.
in a certain position and you're going to need to start picking up points now, from now onwards.
But like I said, we've got to just target these home games coming up.
Yeah, you got to get the crowd behind you. You got to make if any crowd is going to be allowed in, probably as of the next 3 weeks, probably will be playing behind closed doors again. And that was, by the way, that Bremner's ghost comment, that was a filth tackle.
That's what I was going to bring up. Was the last one I wanted to say on the matter.
I've seen. Do you think if Granit Xhaka had done that, do you think the same energy would be given? He'd be off. It'd be red card. He'd be off.
That would have got to look at VAR, definitely.
If any of the Leeds players done that tackle on Reece James, if that was the other way, if that was Dan James doing it to him,
it's poor.
He's left. There's 2 points I've got, which is on this tackle, which is why it's 100% a red card. One is they say both feet should never leave the floor.
Yeah,
you're endangering an opponent, and in today's law, as much as I disagree with it, playing football, I'm leaving the floor every tackle I'm making.
Well,
I can't even get off the ground. You're lucky.
But the rule, as per the rules of today's football, 2 feet are leaving the floor. You're endangering an opponent. You're out of control. These are all words that are in the rule book. And
you should have. I would say that was a red. I thought
it's dangerous foul play, an immediate red card. The other one is the scissor action that he's done. They've outlawed that. You're not allowed to do that.
Yeah,
and he's 2-footed and fucking.
It's honestly, if I was a Leeds fan, I'd be still annoyed now by the fact that you didn't get a point out of that game.
That challenge.
And if he gets sent off of that, who's to say you're not going to go on and win the game?
We win that game. It was only half an hour in. I think we were 1-0 up.
Yeah, I mean
that challenge could have caused more damage on Dan James than what strikes could have on fucking Harvey Elliott.
I'll tell you what, Dan James saved his fucking career there because he see it coming and just jumped out the way.
Yeah,
ever so slightly. If his legs were planted there, that could have been a double leg break.
No, but that's what I'm saying. They've sent Strike off or whatever you pronounce strike, whatever, because of the concept of what's happened. Yeah, because of what's the injuries caused. Well, what difference does it make whether you're going to send someone off because of the injury they caused or the injury they could cause? It's the same thing, isn't it? Really,
because the intent's there. All
exactly.
The same,
So,
but again, like what Terry's saying, this is if you've got a club like Leeds that are, with all due respect, at the minute you're not a million miles away from the relegation zone.
Yeah,
you need them points, and for you to come away with 0 points out of a game that you probably could have took all 3 at one point in the game. So. Yeah, I just think when it happens to your club, it's horrendous. When you're getting these penalties given against you, it's what makes it over 38 games is going to even itself out.
That's bollocks.
I don't know.
But again, it is 9 times out of 10. It's always against the smaller clubs, and it's always the bigger teams.
Well, look, this weekend's the prime example of that. You've had Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, and Man United. All had late penalties to win them the game.
Ours wasn't even a penalty. Yeah.
And West Ham, who are the team that are sort of upsetting that top 4 balance at the moment, had a blatant penalty referred and just given
away. That's one of the games I haven't seen actually because it was 0-0. I didn't bother.
I think was that the Dwight McNeil one on Dawson? Is that what was that? Was that the penalty? I've seen the clip of it. Yeah,
he's just kicked Dawson. It's just like,
that's what I mean. If that happens to your club, you're fuming, aren't you? I get it. It's bad.
And Mr. Tom said something. No, it is. It's like it wouldn't be surprised me if it was a bit corrupt and. Because,
the biggest competition in the world was corrupt. So what's to say that any other league?
The big teams bring the money in for
it gets, mate.
It's been in Italian football. It was even worse with match fixing and all that. It goes on. It's rife throughout the game.
It's 100% rife, yeah. But look, it's one of them. Like I said, this isn't the game, and neither is tomorrow night's game that's going to define our season. They're games that we're expected to lose.
Are you at home tomorrow? No.
No, away.
Who have you got? City
away. Well, we got 3 points there last season with 10 men, so fuck it, might as well.
Stewie Dallas, we was out.
Yeah.
He's out there. I think,
to be honest, mate, stranger things have happened. I mean, you've nearly gone there, and you should have got some sort of result.
There is no easy game in the Prem. We've said it many times.
I really don't think there is. To be honest,
there ain't.
Man City under Pep haven't beat us, so
really,
you never know. So you just never know.
Well, let's pray that you get some sort of result. I hope you get a point off them for sure.
Yeah, it would be fucking sensational. I think Pep just loves Marcelo, so he'll just let us win anyway. I think.
I still can't get over the little interpreter that he found on the council estate in South London.
He's from Twickenham.
He kills me.
He's from where?
Twickenham.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. Andres Clavajo. He's quality.
Kills me.
Yeah. So look, that's done. We're the better team.
Chelsea now we can go on to the nonsense performance that was Manchester United.
Let's move on to that. Norwich 0 and the mighty Ralph Rangnick's Manchester United 1. Talk to me, Kyle.
You are jank.
Well, there we go. Cheers. I don't need to talk. Well done, Matty. That's it. Game done.
Reason I actually watched the game and I couldn't believe how disjointed Man United were, especially in the attacking area.
We were getting bopped by Norwich. We were. There was times and I thought it was.
De Gea, mate, if it weren't for De Gea, you would have lost that game.
Yeah,
100%,
I mean,
you would have lost.
It weren't great. It weren't great at all. I mean, Rashford.
That was Bremner's ghost. That was Lindelof, wasn't it? Chest pains and all that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, was it in that game? Yeah, it was holding his chest. Yeah.
That was
stay away from the jabs. No,
it was probably every time Maguire got the ball, he was getting palpitations.
Oh fuck! What's he gonna do with
it? Let's have a word about this geezer. 80 million quid. I've never seen anything so scandalous in my entire life.
No, but he's still one of the best we've got. He's all right. Mate,
De Gea's kept you in this by all accounts.
Oh yeah, and do you know what?
Mate, the save he made from that Ozan Kabak, the header. I thought that was in. He was already running off, celebrating. And I'm
not being funny. Is he not making 2 or 3 of them saves every game at the moment?
Yes. But this goes to show when you are a top club, which despite what Man United are a top club. There's they might not be performing as Harold. They might not be performing as like a top 3 club at the minute, but they still are. But he is saving you points.
But at the end of the day, listen, Norwich are a totally different side now to what they were at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, Dean Smith's definitely turned them up a bit.
They're still going down, but
I didn't think it'd be easy. I think I predicted 3-1, but I thought it'd be quite close, and then I thought we'd just get the last thing. I thought Rashford is fucking piss poor. How that prick stays on at the moment, I don't know. And do you know what? I did put a little tweet out there.
Making them lunches, mate. That's all he's good for.
I was guilty of it. I remember when he first came on the scene, he was being compared to Mbappe. He's decades off Mbappe. He's fucking go away.
Do you think
everything for me?
Do you think since this sort of social media presence, I want to save the world.co.uk, that he's taken his eye off football? Because he was a much better player before this started happening. I
don't know. I really think he needs to really. Listen, it's a great thing what he done, but just fucking get back to playing your best, playing football. That's what gave you the platform to do it. It's like
he's fell in love with that side of
the game,
using his sort of stature for
good
his
profile. But like, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with that, Kyle. There's nothing wrong with that. But he hasn't been the same player for a while.
No. And in the day, Man United don't pay him to do good off the pitch.
No,
exactly.
They pay him to
score
a beautiful goal.
He does glimpses of it. Like there was a couple of little runs he done. He was like driving. Do you know
He's got all the ability to be fair, but there's no
he can only play off the left. He can only play off the left. He's nowhere near a forward. He can't play off the right.
So the left is
he just looks disinterested anywhere but when it's on the left.
You sold your best attacking left player to us, mate. He's fucking class, Dan James.
Oh, fuck off.
But again, Ronaldo. I want to talk about Ronaldo. He's done nothing.
Fuck all. No, but again,
he's done nothing in the last 5 games, and he scores every single game.
Again, this game, I've said it last 2 or 3 weeks. The result is bigger than the performance. We just need to keep picking up points. And
principally, Kyle, that is why he's on the pitch, because at the crucial moments, at the crucial times, he delivers, and that's why he plays. And it's facts. If you didn't sign him, if you didn't sign him, how many holes has he dug you out of? Like, where would you be without him? More to the point.
Yeah,
the championship.
Jesus.
I mean that's just what I'm saying. But he does. He goes through games. He doesn't do a lot. Really doesn't do hardly fuck all. I don't really. But
Mr. Tom's put a comment in, and it's 100% right. His output at Juve, stats wise, was great. But Juve dropped off because of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at the difference in Messi. Messi at PSG this season in the league, I think he's only got 1 or 2 goals in the league. But he's got about fucking 300 assists. He got another 2 last night.
Yeah, he's magical, mate.
He runs the game, and people all swarm to mark him, and he just opens things up. And
so it gives the other players a free ride because they're all concentrating on what he's going to do. Sign of a good player.
Again, it's early stages in for Sir Ralph, but I'll be honest, I can't really see what he's doing, but. Can we expect him? Can we expect him
rejuvenated to me,
mate? Yeah,
Fred seems to be.
He's still making his
Fred seems to be one of your best players at the minute.
Yeah,
the others are still shit.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. I mean,
no, but again with this pressing, I think it might benefit Fred. I think Fred would benefit from having someone really behind, like really just sitting behind him, because Fred can just do it all the time. He's playing well, but again, it's a bit like the Odegaard thing. I'm not going to get over happy with Fred yet. I'm happy at the moment, but can he do it? Can he do it every game? Boom, 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 boom. I don't know. Let's just see. But I'm happy to.
Just a shit Adam Forshaw, mate.
No,
sounds like you've been in Coronation Street.
I don't know if you know if it's true, but Fred's got more Premier League goals than Kane. You cannot tell me Kane has only got 1 Premier League goal this season.
Gabriel's got more Premier League goals than Harry Kane, and we're nearly halfway through the season.
Joe Gerhardt's got the same amount of him, and he's played about 60 minutes.
So Harry Kane has only scored one Premier League goal this season.
And he was going to go to Man City for how much money?
Fucking hell. When I see it, I thought that's got to be a joke. It literally has got to be a joke. But then, give us time. I mean, a few weeks back, if you'd have said to me, Dallo and Tellers would have been our fullbacks and first choice fullbacks at the moment, I'd have laughed you all the way.
But again,
Dalot can't tackle like I don't think Dalot defensively is as good as Wan-Bissaka.
No, but
his final ball.
His final ball. Yeah, I was just about to say that. It's the same. It's the same with it's the Tierney and Tavares situation.
Yeah, very similar.
Tierney's delivery is ridiculous. If we had a striker who was a poacher, bring back Francis Jeffers, who was a poacher, and you get someone in the. How did we ever sign that geezer? Lugging out. But he was terrible. But anyway, but yeah, it's just like he's
you had a jockey, mate. You'd be laughing
all of the time, and it's unbelievable. Even I think Neville said it in commentary. He said the same thing about what you're saying about Dalot and the final ball. Shaw seems to be out of favour, and Tellez he seems like a half decent player to me from what I've seen.
Before Rangnick's done an interview, didn't he, a year or so ago, saying about United need to do better than Luke Shaw. So when Ralph come in,
he didn't have no chance, did he?
Yeah, he said something. He done an interview saying like Luke Shaw's a good player or something, but I think United can do better than him. So,
mate, and again, I can't wait till he retires. Shaw, he's going to be the size of a balloon in about 6 months.
He's just fuming apple crumbles off the menu still, isn't
it? At Christmas time, his family must be locking their cupboards or something. Something's going on there.
But I think Varane coming back would be decent for us. I think that
I forgot all about him, to be honest.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. I think that's going to it'd be good for us. I think Cavani coming back will be massive for that press up top. I wouldn't be surprised to see him play with him and Ronaldo. To be honest, I think Bruno's form has gone to shit. Again, we've touched on that, and we really
honestly
not stop giving the ball away.
The mere mention of that geezer's name, Fernandes, he's got to go. Just get him out.
Don't stop giving the ball away. Greg has argued a toss with me before, saying, but with a player like him, he will give the ball away a lot because he tries things that no one else will try, which I do get. But you're no good to me if you're going to keep giving the ball away. I don't give a fuck what you're trying to do.
Talking about it like he's the manager. If you're no good to me, then, well. Yeah. I'm sure the rest of the Man United fans think exactly the same, Kyle.
Well, it's what I would have told him on Football Manager. So I'm dropping you.
I can't stand that bloke.
Well, yeah, look,
I'll drop him.
You've made the change. You've got the Oracle in, and you're still shit. So,
who have you got this week, KJ?
Brentford tomorrow. Well, if it's
going
ahead,
at Brentford or Man United?
It off. If it was going to get called off, it'd have got called off by now. Surely, wouldn't it?
Off now.
Yeah, Arsenal have had a couple. No players have got COVID, but a couple of the staff have been tested positive today or something.
This is a bugbear of mine, though. Tough fucking shit. I don't care if 20 players have got COVID.
Spurs are getting all their games cancelled.
Yeah, but that's bollocks. Use your squad of 40 players that you've got. Use them. I couldn't give a shit if you're having to dip into your under 23s.
But there is rules. But there is rules about it. If you've got 11 fit outfield players of your squad, or 13, you have to play the fixture. That's what I
didn't Everton have to play a fixture last season or something like that because against City or something as well. I might be wrong. Yeah, I'm sure there was something like that to play it. But again, this could be big club, little club thing.
What's it get to the stage of? Like Leeds were missing like 7 first teamers through injuries. If you then get a couple more injuries, you go, well, we can't fulfil this game because we've got so many injuries. Can we just wait till they're back? we're playing in Jan. When Paddy's back. Yeah.
At this rate, Spurs are going to have about 5 games in hand on everyone else at this rate.
Fucking void it. If you can't fulfil your game, you lose 3-0 or you play your kids.
Especially when it comes to them, I'm in wholehearted agreement.
But that should be for everyone. If Leeds had 15 players that have come down with Corona and we've got to go to Man City tomorrow and play 14-year-old kids, tough shit.
Yeah.
We also played the under 12s through his own choice.
Maybe you'll get that interpreter to have a little game. He looks like a fullback, that interpreter. Stick him at right back or something.
Fullback.
I'll go for a run out. I'll smash Foden to pieces.
You couldn't get near Foden.
You wouldn't get
mate, he'd have turned you about 3 times before you.
Don't give a bollocks. I'll wait for a corner and then throw a fucking cheeky elbow around the side of his shit haircut.
That'd be funny.
There's your hairline, Phil. Swiftly moving on.
Yeah,
sorry, Phil.
Nothing to talk about there.
Junction against me. let's go on to our. What should we go for first? Baller of the week or donkey of the week? We'll do predictions at the end.
The baller was a tough one for me.
We'll go baller first then. We will go baller of the week as our first. It is quite a tough one, actually. Here we go.
There's a few candidates that were up for it this week, I think.
Joe Gerrard.
Unfortunately, he didn't make the shortlist.
Yeah. Well, he's quite short. He should, really. But yeah, so baller of the week. We'll go with that first. And Kyle, I will start with
It's got to be Jorginho. Just chew chocolate. I'm joking. Look at him. Look, he wants to.
Look at his boat. Yeah. Oh my god, he's ready to cut you off. The thing
is, I'll be honest. Like
he's shit and all.
I'm just gonna. I've said it before, but I want to go. I'm gonna say Conor Gallagher. I just think.
Because we went to the game,
and I went to the game. In all fairness, my baller and donkey are from the same game. Actually, I'm going to go with that.
Okay.
So Conor so Conor Gallagher. Just think, yeah. And do you know what? There's something in me that I'd love him to bring the sort of romance of football back and just go. Do you know what? I've seen what happens when people go back to Chelsea. I'd love him to stay at Palace or do you know what I mean? Just not go back for that.
Never going to happen.
No, I know. Listen, he obviously loves Chelsea. Wants to play for. I get that. He's probably worked his whole since a kid to try and break into that team.
Good Epsom lad.
Yeah, but I just think I just really rate him at the moment. I really fucking do. He literally is that new. He's shit. I think because you didn't get him, you'd have a Conor Gallagher tatted over your back if you'd have had him on loan.
We could have had him. We said no because they wouldn't let us have an option to buy him. We're not going to improve your player for you.
Yeah, and then you go back to Chelsea and have a worldie. Yeah,
I said there's no way you'd be able to buy him.
I can understand that from Leeds' point of view.
I admire that we said, well, no, you're all right then. He was our number one. It's like, no, bollocks.
Well, I think we done the same with that Reguilon, didn't we? I think we wanted that Reguilon, but Real Madrid wanted the buyback clause, so we got Tellez instead.
Yeah, that makes sense. Why are you going to do that? Like you said, like Terry said, you improve their player for them to make the most out of it. I don't think so.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Good player, top player.
Fair play. Right, so that surfer-looking prick gets your nomination. I'm going to go with Yuri Tielemans for mine.
Tielemans.
For Leicester. It's his first game back after quite a few weeks out, and
he can finish that boy.
Mate, he's instrumental to Leicester. He is everything in that midfield.
Do you think he leaves it? Do you think he goes at the end of the season, though?
No, I don't.
No? Really? No, I think he's no disrespect to Leicester, but I think he could be playing for a better.
I think he's got to take the next step now.
Yeah,
I think he's Champions League player.
Yeah.
I'd love him at us, to be fair. I really would.
Think he's brilliant.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't think there's a team in the league, probably bar City, that he doesn't get into.
But would he? I think he gets it. I think he would get, like, if you had him and Rodri in there, he probably would just creep in there.
Yes, Andy. Absolutely. What a guy.
I think Liverpool would be sensible if they went in for
it. Yeah.
Well,
I think Bellingham's going to be an option for big clubs like that as well.
Bellingham. Imagine Bellingham at Liverpool. Jesus.
Yeah, I think it'd be a good move for him, Liverpool, Bellingham.
He'd come to Leeds. He want to play with Calvin, mate. Get the England midfield back together.
Leeds, but he don't want to play for relegation every week.
The type of fee
with his mate Erling, he don't want to leave him, does he? So
the type of fee that he's going to be commanding by the time the season's done out, you're looking at 100 million.
I don't know if there's a clause in his, like a release clause.
Maybe there is.
It normally is with Dortmund, so
it's going to be big money. You can.
How much do you think it'd be worth, Bellingham? Just quickly.
I'd say he's got to be 75 upwards.
Yeah, I'd say about
in
that.
Today's dumb market.
Yeah.
In today's silly market.
Right, so we've got Tielemans and Conor Gallagher. Matty, who's yours?
Hate to follow suit with Kyle, but yeah, Mr. Surfer is my baller of the week. But you know, obviously, Kyle went to the game, so he would have watched it. He would have seen it firsthand. But
no, I couldn't. I was sitting right in the ultras. I had to have flags in my fucking face every 5 minutes.
What is that all about?
Watching the game like this. Come on.
Ultra pricks.
I wanted to get on Pat's shoulders. I was going to say, Pat.
Fucking hell. You would have seen the game then, wouldn't you? Jesus. But anyway, it's not what he. It's not. It's what he. It was a choice. It was for me. It was a choice between Maddison and Conor Gallagher. But if I think about how detrimental Gallagher is to Palace, he's the difference between them winning and losing games at the minute. It's not just what he does in possession of the ball, it's what he does when he hasn't got the ball. Because he runs back, he tracks, he tackles, he loves a tackle, he pops up in goal-scoring positions. And that goal, fuck me.
There's a great goal, the second one.
That's unbelievable. But like Terry said, where's his career going to go? He's going to go back to Chelsea. He's really got to be looking, if he's not having a chat with whoever's manager there come the time, if Tuchel is, and saying, look, I should be starting here. Have you seen what I've done over a 38-game season? I'm just as good as what you've already got here. And he benches him.
He's got to say that or hand in the transfer request.
Exactly.
Yeah, I make you right. He has to leave Chelsea to progress.
But they'll just go, I'll tell you what, Connor, you've been brilliant on loan. Here's a 3-year extension to your contract.
We'll send you out on loan again.
We're going to put you on 80 grand a week.
Yeah.
And he'd go, brilliant. It's double my wage.
Maybe he will, but time will tell. But I think personally, he is a very, very good player. And he's proved it time and time again.
He's box to box. He does everything in the game. Yeah. I think I can see him in that Chelsea team. I really can.
He's better than Mason Mount. I don't care what anyone says about Mason Mount.
Well, where does Mount even play? What is Mount's position?
I like Mason Mount. I think he's one that's definitely. I wasn't keen on him at first, but he's
Who's that?
My perception of him, Mason Mount. No, Mason Mount. Didn't like him. But for me, Gallagher pisses all over Loftus-Cheek by a country fucking mile. Yeah.
Well, Loftus-Cheek has taken years to break into that Chelsea team. He seems to be getting more of a runner.
Yeah, but I think he's filling in at the moment.
Special.
No, I think he's just filling in at the time being.
He's a Palace player, to be honest with you.
Exactly.
He was there when he underwater.
Yeah, he was.
But he done well there, to be fair, Loftus-Cheek. But he had a Chelsea player. I think Conor Gallagher.
Being around the world.
I can see Conor Gallagher in that Chelsea team, and I think he could look really good in there. Whether he would get given a chance is yet to be seen. But
I mean, with all due respect, I'm looking at our situation. They're never going to sell him to us, but I mean, he would be perfect for us. We're crying out for a geezer like him. Yeah, crying. Literally, I would bang on the manager's door and be like,
"Imagine you're free behind whatever centre forward you're going to have as Gallagher, Smith Rowe, and Saka." Or Gallagher, Smith Rowe, Odegaard, or whatever. It looks a lot better, doesn't it?
I'm telling you, mate, I would take him at Arsenal in a heartbeat. I think he's very good. So, yeah, I mean...
He's a good player as long as you don't line him up against Calvin Phillips, in which case...
He done it for West Brom last year as well. Do you know what I mean? But he had a good season for them.
Yeah, he brilliant there. Yeah, where did they finish?
I know, but he
can't
help
that. He's put him in the
first year in the
Prem for a Premier League loan move, hasn't it? Obviously, what he did.
Yeah,
they must have seen.
But again, I think I think top four team would take a gamble on him? Probably not at this stage. But I think he could. There's a level
well on his way
Palace.
to doing something very good in the game. You could see he's got bags of Billy. Yeah. Patrick Vieira was saying it after the game.
Attitude as well, like everything.
Yeah, he said Patrick Vieira said his work ethic is very, very good. So he's on it. The will to win, etc. Which is
I don't think the top four side would go to him, but I think someone like United or something would be interested. I think.
Well, Leeds would be desperate for him down there, wouldn't they? Fucking hell.
Like I said, though, it was a close call between him and Madison, but
I think 16th instead of 17th with Gallagher in the midfield or whatever.
He just edged it for me, to be honest. Just edged it because I think he's more important to Palace than Madison is to Leicester. Now, some of you might not agree with that, but Madison was phenomenal. I think he set up 3 goals and scored himself.
Yeah,
so it was close, but I just think Gallagher, especially winning it in the last, not winning, the goal to cap it off, and what a goal, by the way.
Yeah, it was a great finish.
I see Jameson's comment. Gallagher's perfect for Leeds. It's his choice, though. Now he's got ambition, Jameson. Sorry, mate. Yeah.
He wants to play for Palace, who are having the best season ever, and they're still level with us.
I'll tell you what, they're a good side, Palace. They've got a good young squad coming
turn it in.
But this is what pisses me off with Palace. Everyone raves about them. They're like in the same position we are.
No,
they don't. And further, in fairness, and I'm not taking sides here, but people rave about Palace more than they rave about Leeds, but they've got a similar points tally. So how does that work then? Imagine if he didn't play for Palace, they'd be in the fucking relegation zone.
It's true.
He's instrumental to where they finish. If he gets injured, they're fucked, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because they don't kill off teams.
He's their spark. He's their spark in that midfield.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, let's that's baller of the week sorted. So we've got Conor Gallagher as baller of the week. Let's move on to donkey of the week. So donkey, Matty, we'll start with you for this one, mate.
Well, again, it was a toss-up between a couple of players, but I have to say Raul Jimenez. Like, what was he doing? What was he doing? Please tell me you've seen the game. Or the
no, I haven't, but I've heard about it.
He's chasing after Rodri, and he's kicking Rodri on the back of the legs. He gets booked. There's a free kick. He stands right in the way of the ball and then gets another yellow.
Oh, was that?
And it was nil. He got booked twice in 3 minutes. And
he got booked twice in 38 seconds.
38 seconds. Jesus Louise. There you go.
Once, and then he stood in front of the ball again, and the ref, John Moss, went, I've just booked you for this. If you do it again, I'll book you again.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay, yeah. He walked away, ran and stopped the free kick again. And he just
when you've got to when you're at City and you're like 60 odd minutes in and it's still 0-0, which is an achievement to keep them at bay for that itself. Then when he gets sent off, he's walking off and he has the cheek to turn around to the Wolves fans and start clapping them. I'll be going mad if I was the Wolves fans.
Pound coin straight in the back of his head.
Clapping him for what? You've just killed us, pal.
Yeah.
And again, I'm going to bang on about it. That penalty was a disgrace.
Yeah, never a penalty.
It did not hit his arm anywhere. How they've reviewed that and still come to the conclusion that it's not a penalty, I'll never know in a million years.
But that's what that result tells me in a way. That's why you've got a chance tomorrow. I think you boys, you turn up there. Leeds, yeah.
Never know, mate.
Like, I'm not being funny. It's City ain't blowing before, so they're not blowing every team away. Like you'd think they're going to demolish Wolves, wouldn't you?
I just hope they play Grealish.
Why? Because you think
I think he's pony.
It's a bit.
He's not looking like the £100 million player.
I hope they play Grealish, Jesus, all these sort of players because I think they're all
100 million. More questions need to be asked of Grealish. I think his head's elsewhere most of the time. I think he's more interested in what's going on off the pitch.
Emily Atack.
I'm praying Bernardo gets a rest tomorrow, to be honest.
Huh?
I'm praying Bernardo gets a rest tomorrow.
Oh, he is a joke. Just look. You want to hope they just lock him away. He's ridiculous.
If he doesn't play, I'll be quite happy. Like that. That's all.
I'd be over the moon if he didn't play.
But that just bring him on if he's
true.
And I'm not even funny. They got. Are they going to replace him with a Riyad Mahrez?
They've got a worldie conveyor belt, mate. But on back to the donkey. Jimenez wins it for me. Yeah, poor.
Right. Well, I'll go in next, Jonesy, and I was going to go with the referee in the Leeds game. Then I was going to go for a referee in one of the other games and even one in another game. But I thought,
reffing hell.
Just refs. The Premier League referees in general and VAR as a sort of unit. Yeah, there we go. That's my donkey nomination this week. It's just poor officiating. Look, Greg made a comment fucking 6 months ago on here where he said, why is it that the Premier League raids all the other countries around the world for their best players and managers, but we don't do the same for officials? And it's a fucking valid point.
They've not got to be English refs to ref in the Premier League, have they? Not at all.
No. Pay them a bit more and put them on a fucking English
Ain't there an Aussie geezer? He's
Gerrard, yeah. But it's just it's poor officiating, man. And they're my nomination. As Bremner's Ghost has put, #fuck refs and VAR. So, I echo that. Spot on. Jonesy.
Well, my vote is going to take it to a public vote, which has already been done by the looks of it. So it ain't going to. But no, Jameson, love him. I said mine was from the same game. Seamus Coleman. He's obviously fucking bolt. He's hit that ball to try and be clever, so it's the defender.
And he's ended up costing. Okay.
But then the commentators, I watched it back to see if I could see myself on TV, as you do, and the commentators are sort of blaming Damari Gray. I'm thinking, well, that ain't graceful. He's just had a ball pelted into him, and he's 18 yards.
Gray had a mare for the first goal. What was he doing? What was he
Oh
doing?
no, it weren't Gray for that. It was Gomez. Sorry, not Gray.
I mean
Gomez,
Gray. Like, what was he doing?
Yeah, Gray was fit for the first.
Uriah Rene, what a ref.
But yeah, no, it's you can't. I mean, Seamus Coleman, he's trying to be clever there, and he's just fucking cheers for that. Yeah, he's put
that
his
was
team
amateur
right
hour.
Yeah.
Well,
poor.
But well, I think say the refs have won it now.
Refs have won it, and they from the comments there was multiple refs nominations there. So yeah, this week referees are donkey of the week. Well done, refs. Reffing hell.
Very good.
Right, so last but not least, we'll have a little catch up on our prediction.
Did anyone get any correct scores this week?
No one. So
I knew there would be a lot that had correct results, but not scores.
Yeah. Well, us three all got 8 points. We got all of the games spot on, apart, but not exact. And Greg got 6, so he got all apart from one. He had one game as a draw.
He had Arsenal Southampton as a draw, didn't he?
That's right.
He must have been smoking before putting them ones in.
If you can bring the table on screen for us, John, this is the current standings. As it is, get them badges off.
Oh, I'll put it away a little. I'm not. I'm only 14 points, boy.
They're the current standings.
Only 2 weeks worth for me. That's about 3 weeks worth for me, Jonesy.
I'm only 6 points behind Greg now, so I'm gaining on him.
It's still a long way to go, bro.
Long way to
go. I'll end up bottom, boys. Don't worry about that.
But yeah, so that's the current standings, and let's whack up the prediction fixtures that we're going to be doing now. So we've got the midweek ones, as well as this weekend's games that we're going to go through. So they are the games we're going to predict. So first things first, we'll start with you, Kyle. So yeah, you can see them there. Brentford versus Man United. What's your prediction, mate?
1-2.
Mic check.
1, 2.
Oil.
Had that in my head already, and I'm not changing it. So yeah, 2-1 Man United.
Roger, we're keeping clean sheets at the moment. To be fair,
only because of fucking I'm
gonna go 1-1. 1-1 for that one.
Yeah, because you don't know who's out for COVID with United. Fucking.
That's true. Yeah, if Ronaldo's out, it's gonna be 1-0 Brentford. Man City Leeds next one. Jonesy.
I think this could be. I think 3-1 City.
3-1. Boyle.
Kyle loves a 3-1. He loves trying a 3-1 in there.
I'll put a 3-1 in every week. Yeah, I'll put multiple sometimes.
2-0 City.
2-0. Tactical voting. I'm going to go 1-0 for City.
Well, at least the first time you backed against Leeds, didn't it?
No, I backed against Leeds last week in the Chelsea.
You're starting to get the hang of this predictions thing now.
Yeah, starting to get it's still no.
As soon as he stopped following his heart, he's picked up about 95 points, fella.
Is there still no Calvin?
Going down now, didn't he?
It's still no Calvin tell.
No, Calvin's out for months, mate.
Oh, really?
2, maybe 3 months.
Oh, fucking.
So basically, by the time he gets fit again, his season's virtually over.
They're aiming at end of February, I think, for him to
he'd be relegated by then. Fucking hell, poor fucker.
Fuck you. Arsenal, West Ham, Jonesy.
I'm going to throw the Desi in here, I reckon. Yes, Bremner. Yes.
2-2.
6-0.
Boyle.
I think we'll win it. I think we'll win this. 2-1 Arsenal.
This one's fucking hard to pick.
Yeah, it's very difficult.
This is one when you're doing an ACCA on a weekend or whatever. You don't bet on this game.
No, you look at it and go, nah. Yeah, 100%.
Smith throwback, mate.
That's a good point. I think, was he on the bench on the weekend? I don't even know. I need to check that actually. I think he's fit. I don't think he's not fit. So
I'm going to go 2-1 West Ham.
Ooh, he's gone the other way with it. Fair.
Gone the other way. That's a tough game, that though. I was every result went through my head there.
Yeah.
Christ, how many are Liverpool going to beat Newcastle by, Kyle?
He was on Terry. He was on the bench, but he was an unused sub completely. Obviously, we were cruising, so he probably just decided to rest him. So I'd imagine he's going to play Wednesday. That's what I would say.
Jonesy, what are we going? Liverpool, Newcastle.
4-0. I wanted to go 6 because Bremner said it, and we went for 5.
I mean, they've just been absolutely tanked by Leicester, and Liverpool are just ruthless. I mean, Villa, I don't know how they held out 1-0 for so long. They got battered, to be honest. 5-0. 5-0 Liverpool.
Well, I'm going to go one better than I'm going to go 6.
Their defence cannot cope with that forward line. No chance, mate. No chance.
Yeah,
but what I find with Liverpool is that they probably go 3-0 up at half time and then take their foot right off the ball and
off the matty,
and then just fucking like yeah, that's what they always do, man. But let's see what happens.
This is like double hat trick for Salah, I think.
Yeah, he could be taking the piss here. To be fair.
He might look at this game and go, I could win the Golden Boot this weekend. Or this week, sorry, midweek.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a genuine possibility he could score some serious goals here.
Right, then we go into the weekend's games. Jonesy, your boys against Brighton.
Oh, hold on, boys, right there.
Someone just broke in Kyle's house. Right, boy. While Kyle's dealing with a burglary, we'll go to you, mate. What we going? Man United, Brighton.
I don't even know what to say. That's proper thrown me. That's absolutely done me as. 1-0 United.
Oh God, 1-0 Man United. I'm gonna go with. Oh yeah, he's back. What was it, Kyle? Did you chase him off?
I don't know. Something's happening out there.
Santa's come early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck knows what's happening.
Man United, Brighton.
3-1 United.
Oh God, 3-1.
Should we send the police?
I've just checked outside. Yeah, the people. I might have to go and check on the missus and kid. 1 second. Sorry,
Go.
Oh fucking hell! I'm gone. Oh God. Oh mate. Right, Man United. I've lost my train of thought here. Sorry, boys. Man United, Brighton. Oh, what am I going to go here? That's a good shout, Matty. 1-0. You know. Brighton are half decent though. I'm going to go 0-0 for that.
Wow, 0-0.
Yeah, 0-0.
I don't think there'll be many. Everything all right, Carl? By the way.
Yeah, it's not my house. Someone smashed something. There's been, I think, a stolen motor outside the fucking front. It's just gone straight into the car outside my house. Yeah.
Really? Oh,
yeah. Shit. When I looked out the window, boys are running off. But yeah, all the neighbours are out now. I'll go out after this and have a little look. But yeah.
Brilliant. Right, let's tie this up
with his Amstel on the doorstep.
Right, so Leeds, Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Right, so we're all going to be out Saturday, boys. Us three, we're going out.
We're not going to remember any of this, by the way.
Drinks.
None of it.
We will be watching this in a pub together, Matty, as well. So it's going to be quite fun.
Kill each other by half time. No, fucking hell.
Kyle, you're going to be the ref on the weekend. So what's your prediction, mate? Are you sitting on the fence or?
Bob in Beirut.
2-2.
Oh, another Desmond. Boyle.
1-1.
1-1.
I just don't think we just don't have the same energy away from home that we do at the Emirates. And
no, you don't.
It's going to cost us finishing. I don't want to say top 4, but we are still relatively in with a shout, especially if we beat West Ham on Wednesday. We're still in and around those clubs that can finish in that position. I don't think we will finish that high, but yeah, I don't know. Games like this, we got to be We've got to be looking to win the game for sure if we're going to progress.
Yes, Bandy.
Yes, Bandy. I'm sorry I predicted my own team to get a draw against yours. Sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Right, I'm going to go with a home win, Matty, and I think we'll do you 2-1.
I wouldn't be. You know what? I would not be 7-5. Leeds Arsenal has killed me.
I think it'd be a good game.
Yeah. I think there'll be goals. Got goals for them. I think there'll be goals in it.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'll go 2-1 Leeds. So last game, Jonesy, providing it happens and Tottenham ain't.
Did Kyle predict the Man United Brighton game or not?
Yeah.
Yeah, 3-1 he went with. Spurs versus Liverpool. What are we going, Jonesy?
2-1 Liverpool.
2-1 Liverpool. Boyle.
3-1 Liverpool.
3-1 Liverpool. And I'm going to go for 2-0 Liverpool. So, yeah, there we go. Predictions are locked in. I will get Greg to send his in for all of those fixtures as well. And we'll get them tied in as well. And fingers crossed, we got, double fixtures here. This could be a bit of a swing around again. Last time it happened, Boyle, you leapfrog Greg.
You could be on 100 points by the end of this, Kyle. Easy.
I hope so, mate.
I could be on 100 points by the end of this week.
Yeah, you would do. You like a fucking a little
last double week. I got fucking 3 exact scores. So
I could only dream of doing something like that. I've got 3 for the whole season, didn't I, or 4? Like
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Very rarely get a correct score. Get plenty of correct results, but not correct scores.
Well, that's no, it's not your call, John. Get rid of that.
Yeah.
So that
I'm still looking for her, and
that was what we were supposed to be going to this weekend, but it's been cancelled and moved to Birmingham on Sunday the 19th. But yeah, good luck to Hannah in that fight anyway.
Good luck, Hannah. One day we will come and watch you.
Yeah.
It's not on a Sunday, it's a school night, basically.
And not in Birmingham.
Yeah, that will help.
But yeah, that ties up everything anyway, guys. Also, just another one at the bottom of the screen. Make sure you go and follow Director John on Twitter.
Great
get on there,
what
guys.
A geezer. What a geezer.
Follow us as well.
But
yeah, get on there, follow John. And oi, there he is.
Mate, you look like you just bite people in that picture. You look like you want to bite someone.
He looks like a little shit, doesn't he?
Yeah, he looks like if you take my dinner, I'm going to break your leg. That's what he looks like.
You want to see me as a kid then?
Not now, Bernard.
Where's my other sexy one? When I sent you a sexy picture, John.
That's too much for me, man.
John's shaking his head. That ain't going on.
That's too much.
That will go on at one point. But yeah, that's that. Anyway, boys, that's that tied up. And yeah, thanks to everyone who's been watching. Like, subscribe, share, send it to any of your mates you think would be into it.
Thank you.
Cheers, fellas.
Yeah, we'll be back.
Ladies,
normal time, normal day next week, Tuesday at 9.
No stolen cars.
He's gone to buy a new hat. So he can.
He's run out of colours.
Next week as well. What is it? Next week.
Christmas do next week, yeah.
Get some Christmassy shit on the firm, boys. We'll have a little. We'll have a drink as well.
And hopefully no stolen cars crashing in right outside my front door. Cheers, mate.
And we'll set up a little drinking game with certain words or something. If they get said, we'll have to. Yeah.
I'm on call though. I'll try to sort something out.
Get fucked.
Yeah, it's Christmas. Cheers, boys. Cheers, guys.
But yeah. Until next time, guys. All the best. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thanks, everyone.